Subscribe to our YouTube channel and press the bell icon to get the latest updates.
Good morning, friends. A proposal to grant direct commission in the rank of Junior Commissioned Officer or JCO is under serious consideration by the Army. The aim is to offset the shortage of officers and also improve the quality of the junior leadership. However, this proposal fails to address the fundamental cause of officers' shortage, and that is non-empowerment of our junior leadership. The JCO rank is a legacy of the colonial British Indian Army. The British officers were not aware of the customs, religion, traditions, and the language of the native soldiers. More so when the army was on religious, regional, and caste basis. So in order to provide a link between the British officers and the native soldiers, a special rank was created, that of Viceroy Commissioned Officer, which later was redesignated as Junior Commissioned Officer. They provided the crucial link between the British officers and the native soldiers. Loyalty to the crown was a major factor, and they rose from the ranks and were experienced because of the British Army being constantly at war. They served the colonial army in good measure in all theaters of war, and they also offset the shortage of British officers, which were never adequate. At the time of independence, despite having introduced Indian officers into the British Indian Army with effect from 1922 from Sandhurst and later from the Indian Military Academy from 1932 onwards, we still retained the JCO rank, as by now it had become part and parcel of the Army's culture. It was a very important cog, and it was a rank to which all soldiers aspired for. During the colonial times, a JCO was a junior sahib who had special privileges, and this tradition sort of continued in the Indian Army after independence. The shortage of officers in the Indian Army is presently at about 15% of the total authorization. This has been due to the enlargement of the Army post 1962, over-reliance on the officers due to non-empowerment of soldiers, inadequate capacity of the military academies, and poor quality of intake of the officers into who come before the selection boards. Now, despite the limited capacity of the military academies, the academies are still not fully subscribed to because of the poor intake. However, all these problems are have been considered and have been managed, except the empowerment of the soldiers, which is the root cause. Officers tend to work two down because junior leadership is not adequately trained. When we say that our officers lead from the front and suffer heavy casualties, it's also a sad reflection on the quality of junior leadership. Why would the junior leadership allow their officers to lead from the front? Why should they not themselves lead from the front? Despite all the advances in technology, in lethality, and effectiveness, accuracy of firepower, a position, a hill, a canal, a river line is still finally captured by small teams, that is sections and platoons. And these are commanded by junior leaders. NCOs and JCOs. Our training academies or training institutions, we do not have academies for them, for junior leaders have inadequate capacity. Most of them are trained within the units, and the units do not have time and the infrastructure to train them properly. The German army began the Second World War with a ratio of officers to soldiers of 1:30. That is, one officer for 30 soldiers. Due to heavy casualties in the officer cadre, by the end of the war, the ratio became 1:300. Yet the German army, right till the end, did not lose its cohesion. The reason was a very capable junior leadership of the German army. Even in the thick of war, no one could be appointed to command a section or a platoon or equivalent without having spent 6 months in the NCO's training academy. There is an urgent need for the Indian Army to establish proper junior leaders academies that focus on all aspects of training. The unit must get trained junior leaders and must not struggle with their training, with all their commitments. Also, the quality of intake of soldiers must improve. At the moment, the qualification is metric, and there is a need to raise it to minimum 10+2 and graduation in a fixed ratio. Graduate soldiers are required to man advanced weapon systems and for the technical streams of the army. Their selection procedure at the moment only consists of a fundamental rudimentary written test. They must be put through a proper selection board that includes psychological tests, intelligence tests, and aptitude tests, and of course the face-to-face interviews. Once this is done, the quality will improve. At the moment, it is a kind of employment a venture where large number of poorly educated people are, from them we select the best and then try to empower them to meet the needs of the army. Once the selections system is improved, the quality of intake improves, and we have proper academies, there would be no need for the officers to do their job. Indian Army fought the Second World War with just 11 officers and about 21 JCOs. Today, an Indian Army is authorized 24 officers and 48 JCOs. Yet, the officers still have to do the work of the junior leaders. It is time for the Indian Army to stop this over-reliance on the officers. Empower your junior leaders, and there would be no shortage left. This whole shortage is actually a bogey. The army must not forget empirical wisdom. A unit is only as good as its section or platoon, and sections and platoons are commanded by NCOs and JCOs. Empower them now. The time is running out. Enjoy reading the column.